Hey there, Jason Satterland here. Wanted to give you a couple of tidbits of information. So if you've been keeping up with current events, you'll know that over the last couple of years, I've been working on a web series called The Record Keeper. It's an 11-part steampunk web series about the history of the Bible, but told from the perspective of angels. It's been the best project of my career. Just an amazing, amazing time. The company that I was working for, which actually happens to be a church, decided to cancel the whole project. It was a shock to us all, and there's been a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings going on. And I figured, what better way to be therapeutic and positive about this whole situation than to just describe to you everything that I've learned, which is a lot. The Record Keeper really isn't my project. See, this project came to me. The church that started this whole thing, they wanted me to come up with an idea, and I did. And they own the copyright, and it's all up to them. And to be flat up spiritual about it, I mean, it's God's project. He just allowed me to sit in the director's chair for just a short amount of time. The second thing that I've really learned throughout the progress of this is normal. This is the way the business runs. How many TV shows do you think have been canceled before they ever aired? Do you know how many projects I've worked on? Training films, music videos. I've literally had artists say, man, I'm so sweaty when I'm on stage. And then they cancel the project and never release it. So it's easy to tell the church, oh man, the church does this. They're always down with the man. You know what? They're no different than any large corporation. This is normal. This is just part of the business. Which leads me directly to my next thing that I've learned. My reaction to bad news will directly affect whether or not I work with this particular company again. Yeah, it hurts. You know, it sucks. It's no fun. No one's having a good time here. But I'm not going to go out in the press and complain, because the bottom line is, without this church, I would have no project. And this was the best experience of my career. My last and final point here is just called next. This happens. Projects get shut down, you get your feelings hurt, and you know what? You cry a little bit, but there comes a point where you just gotta go next project, and that's kind of where it is. I wanna say that the thing that's kept me going through all of this is the unbelievable support of all of the fans. I am completely moved by the outpouring of letters and emails and text messages and the videos that have been made. I watch those and I'm brought to tears, because it's just amazing how many people love this project. And I want you to know that your voices were heard. They were heard by the executive producers, the ones who fought the good fight. They took your emails and they took them into those committees. I want to thank you for that, because I definitely heard your voice too. But I do want to make sure that we all stay in contact. And if we do that, if you could do me a huge favor and follow me on Twitter at Big Puddle Films, like me on Facebook at Big Puddle Films, and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Big Puddle. Whatever incarnation happens next will probably be announced on the Big Puddle page. I welcome your responses. Please reach out to me in emails or whatever you like to do, because I love to hear from all of you guys. Thank you for all of your undying support. Let's keep pulling together, and maybe there's hope for this project yet. Maybe it'll actually come out. But until then, we'll be in touch, and thanks for watching. I'm Jason Satterland, and we'll see you next time.